You sent for me, sir?
Yes, Miss Ferguson. We have a staff problem. Would you be prepared to accept the position of acting governor?
Well, if you believe it's within my capabilities, Minister, I can hardly refuse.
Maybe you wouldn't have wound up in prison if you'd stayed with the family.
No, I'd have ended up like you, would I?
Judy! Oh, God, Mrs. Morris! Mrs. Morris! I told her I wouldn't. I told her! She was forcing me to have sex with her.
Maria, call an ambulance. And the police!
Just keep her away from me, Mrs. Morris, please. She would have killed me with those scissors.
Oh, for God's sake, I took
Just
those
wait
scissors.
outside,
But Mrs.
outside.
Morris...
Oh. Please lock the door. Please. Just don't let her put her filthy hands on me,
Come on,
please.
calm down, Johns. No one's going to hurt you.
Oh, please lock me in. Please. I'll only feel safe then.
Very well.
Mrs. Morris, you don't believe that garbage, do you? I'd never put the hard word in a kid like that.
Come on, I know you wouldn't. All the same, she was pretty convincing. Except that she knew these were scissors.
Of course she knew they were bloody scissors. I took them off her.
Exactly. Now, she can't see. The only way she would have known that is if she'd handled them. Now, what's going on?
Well, I don't want to get anyone into trouble, but that kid is heading for a disaster. She's got it in for someone. It's not me.
Who then?
You know I can't tell you that.
All right. I'll talk to her when I've got a minute and try and find out something.
Thanks, Mrs. Morris. I'm glad it was you and not Miss Ferguson.
Yes, me too.
Right. You'll let me know then.
Okay.
Do they cross-match on the blood?
Yes, A positive. They're sending 6 units down to theatre. How bad is it?
I won't know till we go in. The bullet seems to be close to the spinal column. Have we got permission to open him up?
His mother's phone isn't answering. We're checking all the numbers in his wallet.
We haven't got a lot of time.
What are his chances, do you think?
Not good. We've certainly got a job on our hands.
I won't be sorry to get out of here today.
Nor me. Well, Pixie certainly didn't deserve solitary over a few crumpled fags and some after-dinner mints.
Well, from what Joanna said, Joan would have cheerfully added 10 years to her sentence.
Yes, apparently she was furious.
Tell me, does Joan often go over the top like this?
This was one of her good days.
You're kidding.
I wish we were. I'll get it. Went to a detention centre.
Comes a bit of a shock, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Mind you, I have worked with some pretty tough cookies on the force.
Bet they were pussycats.
Yes, she's at St Matthew's
Stop
Hospital.
it, you're depressing me.
Don't worry, you'll get used to it.
I don't know, it seems a bit weird to me.
Thank you. I can't believe it.
What's wrong, Meg?
Paul Reynolds, Anne Reynolds' son's just been involved in an accident. He's on the critical list.
Oh, what?
I only saw him a couple of hours ago. They want Anne's permission to operate.
Oh,
no, you said she seemed to be getting better. Now this has to happen.
I'd better go and see her.
Hang on, I'll drive you there.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, poor little Pix. Not fair. She never done nothing to nobody. Now she's gone and lost her new job.
Oh, come on. The girl's got a brain the size of a pea. She was bound to foul up sooner or later.
Have you ever thought of lacing up your mouth and renting out your head as a football? Oh, Jude, this time we've really got to get rid of the freak.
I know that. Somehow we have to let the minister and the department know what she's up to in this place. But I don't see how we're going to do that. Unless...
Come on, Judy. I can almost see the little light bulb go on over your head. You've thought of something, haven't you?
Yeah. I think I might just have the answer.
I think I saw you here earlier today, didn't I, Mrs. Morris?
Yes, Mrs. Reynolds and I work together. Oh, we're close friends.
I'm sure she'll be happy to see you.
Girl, wait a minute.
Here we are. Mrs. Reynolds, Mrs. Morris is here to see you.
Oh, Meg, thank God.
Oh, Anne, I'm so sorry.
He's only a boy, Meg. They have to operate. What if I lose him?
Don't think about it. He's going to be all right. That accident, it must have
Accident. He was shot, Meg. Shot by that bastard Fellows. What? It had to be. I feel so helpless, stuck in this bed with my son next to me.
You mustn't distress yourself, Mrs. Reynolds. It won't help.
Would you like me to go and see him?
I have to go, Meg.
Mrs. Reynolds, you're not strong enough yet.
Don't you understand? He's my son.
Anne, get back into bed.
He's my son.
You don't seem to have much time for Minnie Mouse and her friends.
I've had a gutful of her. And that cow-faced Bryant isn't much better. I wouldn't trust either of them.
Makes two of us. Seems we have something in common.
You reckon? About the only thing we got in common is the air we breathe. And right now, you're crowding mine. So push off.
He's a tough little cookie, that one.
She's a real worry, Judy. One of the worst of my few failures. Heaven knows I tried to reach her, but I never did.
What was she, a street kid?
No, from what little she told me, she had a very good upbringing. And she certainly isn't stupid.
Well, if that's the case, how come she got herself involved in an armed robbery?
Oh, I wish I knew. She asked my Terry to represent her in court, and I told him he should. Well, all he got for his trouble was a mouthful of abuse and a reprimand from the judge for her behaviour.
Well, it sounds like we're going to be in for a fun time with her, huh?
Well, that's everyone teed up. They're not all happy about it, but they'll go along with it.
Right.
Madam Frigid is the only worry.
Okay, honey, that can be your job. You stay with her. I'm not going to have her screw it up.
Yes, sir, Captain Bryant.
Get out. Get out. Okay, girls, here goes.
All right, ladies, bedtime.
Oh, I don't think so, Miss Radcliffe. We like it here. We're going to stay here.
Oh, come along, Bryant. I haven't got time to play games. Back to yourselves before there's any trouble.
But we're not budging.
That's right, dear.
Yeah, if there's going to be any trouble, we're ready.
All right. We'll see what the governor has to say.
Yeah, you do that.
Why don't you shut up and do as you're told, sweetie? Then you might find out.
Well, the rest of you loonies can stay here all night. I'm sleeping in my bed. I gave up playing silly buggers in kinder.
You will stay put. Now, we will all stay put.
What do you reckon Miss Ferguson will say, Jude?
I don't know. I'd like to be a fly on the wall when she finds out, eh, girls? Huh?
Come in. Oh, thank God. I thought you'd gone home and I'd have to call you. Well, what's the problem? H Block won't go back to their cells. What do you mean, won't? Where are they? In the recreation room. I've locked them in.
Well, you did the right thing.